entering the lab. And where the shelving will go.
This is your
The support room. Air and vacuum. Outlets. Air and back. Sink. Kind of exiting the room on the right hand side and going back into the main lab. I'll go vertical here, I think it's easier to see. Okay, this is where the minus 80 and possibly the minus 20 are going to go. Jerry's lab is next door with a connecting door. Easy to steal stuff. Okay, as you're walking in, this is the bench on the right hand side. It looks substantially larger than the lab at NIH, and I think it's because of this end addition where there's about a 4 or 5 foot section to the low benches along the wall, in the back wall, in the windows. It's got a nice view out in the courtyard. Okay, this is looking back at the door to the lab, and then at the middle island. Okay, this is the right hand side of the lab. The shelving and the lights, and you can see how the lights probably really should need to be raised. I mean, we could work around that, but it's going to be inconvenient. This is a door, a connecting door to Mate's lab. Let's take a look in here real quick. Right, there's Mate's hood, and then his lab. I'm going to go back into ours. We'll check out the tissue culture room. Okay. Here's the tissue culture room. The hood's already in place. Sterigard hood. We got CO2 hard lined in. Shut off valve right next to the hood. Okay, then on the other side, got shelving. No sink in here. That was probably a mistake. Oh well. Gas, vacuum. Plenty of space on next to the hood for an incubator and a refrigerator. They've got some network ports in here. Okay, moving back out through the door of the tissue culture room. There's plenty of room behind this door to potentially put a refrigerator or some other large piece of equipment if we're allowed to. Okay, swinging back around to the front of the lab, almost making a full circle now. Here's the sink. It's about half the size of the sink we have in our lab, but looks pretty big. So you have this LED lighting under the shelves. And from last time I was here, you should be able to. I think you can remove it in sections and put it someplace else. And here's the middle bench and the shelving. Shelving's all adjustable. Looks nice. Shower. I'm going to walk next door to Jerry's lab now. Jerry's lab is a double module. He doesn't have the middle wall. This was originally going to be a Borrego/Feldman lab.
Actually,
Big
there's
lab.
more light than I thought there would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much better lighting, much better lighting.
Jerry's got a sink over here, set up a little bit different. Their tissue culture room. This is a nice little addition over here.
Yeah. This,
I like this. It's like an extra room in the house.
yeah, actually, here this is the place where we thought about our minus 80 before.
Well, we'll have room here too.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I have a minus 20 and a stand-up fridge on 4 degree. So there's space here. But these are all
Oh, you got another hood over here. I guess this would be the Borrego side of the lab. Another hood here.
49.
So this is room 2349, directly across the hall from the Shapiro lab. Looking in the door. Like there's a table on the counter, or a table in the corner for the LSC counter. There's a bench, low bench here. I guess that's going to be for the micro beta counter, maybe. And then a sink, some shelving, and a nice long bench. Looks like there's plenty of room in here to store extra stuff too. And then we'll go next door to 51.
51.
So we come out of 49 and the Shapiro lab is directly across the hall right here. And into 51. And this one, okay, that's the TACMAN bench. And I believe there's going to be some freezers, 3 freezers right in here. There's actually 2 plugs for the large freezers, and I think there's a fridge freezer that goes over there. And then again, the TACMAN bench, thermostat, some low bench. It's pretty much set up like the other room, it's just in reverse. Walk out the door and take a right to room
53.
25 or 2353.
And it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, same setup. This one's going to have a whole bunch of, I think that's minus 20 here,
These, I guess.
Sorval, Beckman, and minus 80. So it looks like there's plenty of room in here for the.
Pretty much like a centrifuge room.
Actually, if there's a, I'm not sure what's supposed to go in the corner. If that's a minus 80, then those shelves are going to have to come out, but they're easily removable. Shelving, and this is 53. Okay. So this corner in 53 would be something to check on to see what's going there, because that shelf is going to be in the way if there's a freezer that needs to go there. Mate's lab is right next to ours on the outside. Okay, I'm going to walk down to his lab just so Jessica can see, and Mate can see what their lab looks like since they're not here. Okay, you walk in. It's pretty much set up like ours in reverse. Got a nice wide wall here that they can store stuff, freezers and shelves. Same thing on the other side. Looking straight in, see the right side bench in the middle with the sink. Low bench on the wall by the window for people to sit. There are no filing cabinets, interestingly enough. They do not have the extra support room that we have on our side. So this whole space is actually a little bit smaller than what we have by maybe those 2 extra rooms. Okay, left side. Here's their hood. Okay, that's the view from the lab. Pretty much everybody's got that view. This is the door back to our lab. Okay, walking through. You can see this all of these labs connect through our lab into the Feldman lab, and then next door to whomever's lab that is. Okay, I'm going to walk back out into the corridor through the Feldman lab. See what the cold room looks like. There's Jerry and Venkat down by the cold room.
So, the other question I have for you is, according to our data layout from our lab, there's shelving right as you walk into the door, through the door, but there's no shelving up there now.
It's a
Is that
cold room.
scheduled to be put up?
Yes.
And,
Yes.
So one of the things I was
Sort of
wondering
lighted.
was if you know how high it's going to go, to determine if I have room to put something underneath.
It would most probably be
Or can I ask?
5 foot. Ron would most probably know that off the top of his head.
Is there a light in here?
No, unfortunately
Okay.
not.
Well, it's fairly substantial size cold. Is this a cold room, right?
Yes.
This is a cold room. With a sink and a workbench.
And then, is there a freezer room too, or not?
There's a freezer.
Continuing down the hallway.
Yeah, and now this should be dark rooms.
There's a cut through to the office side.
227 to 225.
Little already in there for pantry. I guess I'm not sure what that is.
That's pantry.
Here's the dark room.
It's a dark room.
With the pantry.
Yes.
Put the refrigerator on. Yes. Well, it takes them a while to get everything.
This is a big size, far big size than what we have.
Yeah, this is quite a bit bigger. It's like almost twice as big. Good sized dark room with a sink.
This is the lovely part
Yeah.
for me.
And it's neat now. It's going to be dirty soon.
Yeah.
Another dark room. This one's twice as big as the other. Well, maybe half again as big as the other one.
Should be the red light coming out here probably. There's the red light.
Okay, now the exposure was bad a minute ago.
Oh,
There's the NMR room. Continuing down the hallway. Don't know what that room is. There's more laboratories.